They told you that the universe is vast, that the stars, the galaxies, the endless stretches of black velvet above you were scattered without meaning, random and cold. But what if I told you that every particle in that vastness is vibrating in perfect accord, humming an invisible song of alignment, and that you, too, are part of that celestial choir? That the very air filling your lungs, the thoughts floating through your mind, and the emotions swelling in your chest are not random whispers, but vibrations shaping the reality you step into each day. You've felt this before, even if you didn't have the words for it. That subtle shift in the atmosphere, when you walk into a room heavy with tension. That spark of lightness in your chest after hearing words that inspire you. The heaviness that clings when regret or sadness settle into your bones. These are not just emotions or fleeting moods. They are frequencies, currents of energy rippling outward, responding, attracting, repelling, creating. And whether you've known it or not, you have been broadcasting your own frequency into the field of the universe since the moment you took your first breath. What if the struggles you've faced, the goals you've chased but never quite reached, the dreams that seemed forever out of grasp, what if they were not failures of willpower, but misalignments of vibration? Imagine standing at the edge of a great river, trying to swim upstream, fighting the current, exhausting yourself with each stroke. But the moment you turn, the moment you allow the flow to carry you, everything shifts. This is what it means to vibrate correctly. To align not just your actions, but your very energy with the current that leads to what you seek. It's not magic in the sense of illusion or trickery. It's magic in the truest, oldest sense. The art of working with unseen forces to shape the visible world. You are not a separate observer of this reality. You are a participant, a co-creator, a conductor of frequencies that ripple outward, weaving the tapestry of your experience. And just as a musician tunes their instrument before the performance, so too must you tune your energy, your thoughts, your emotions, if you wish to manifest with clarity and speed. In this journey, we're not just talking about positivity or wishful thinking. We're peeling back layers of perception, diving beneath the surface of affirmations and vision boards, and entering the primordial mechanics of manifestation, vibration. Because the truth is simple, yet profound. Energy responds to energy. The universe is not ignoring you. It is responding precisely to the signal you emit. And when you learn to vibrate in resonance with what you desire, the waiting, the struggle, the obstacles, they begin to dissolve. Manifestations arrive, not as distant hopes, but as natural consequences. So I ask you now, not as a seeker, but as one who is ready. Are you prepared to learn the art of vibrating correctly? To shift from scattered frequencies into intentional harmony? To stop sending mixed signals to the universe and instead become a clear channel through which your desires can flow effortlessly? This is not a lesson in theory alone. It's a return to a forgotten wisdom, a remembrance of the truth embedded in your very cells. A truth that whispers every time your heart longs for something more, every time you sense that reality could be different if only you could find the key. The key, my friend, has always been within you. And as we step forward together, we will unlock it. To understand how to vibrate correctly and manifest faster, we must first unravel what vibration truly means. Not as a metaphor, but as a fundamental principle of existence. At its essence, vibration is the pulse of the universe. Everything moves, everything oscillates. From the tiniest atom spinning in an unseen dance to the great galaxies swirling across the void, everything is in motion, radiating energy in patterns so intricate and ancient they seem almost sacred. And within these patterns, there are frequencies, unique signatures of energy that shape the very fabric of reality. When we speak of vibration in a spiritual or metaphysical sense, We're speaking of the frequency at which your being resonates, not only the frequency of your physical body, but the subtle, luminous field that extends beyond it. Your emotional vibration, your mental vibration, your spiritual vibration. Like notes in a symphony, these vibrations harmonize or clash with the greater currents around you. And whether you are aware or unaware, you are constantly broadcasting a frequency into the universal field, and the universe responds in kind. Think of it this way: your desires are not isolated wishes floating somewhere far away. They are already existing, already vibrating at their own frequency in the field of infinite potential. To manifest them is not to pull them down from a distant heaven, but to tune your own energy into resonance with their vibration. When frequencies match, manifestation is inevitable. It's not a matter of force, it's a matter of alignment. Just as a radio must be tuned to the correct frequency to receive a station, so too must you be tuned to receive what you seek. But most people vibrate unconsciously. Their frequency is scattered, clouded by fear, doubt, past trauma, and limiting beliefs. Their energy field is filled with static, conflicting signals that confuse the universal mirror. One moment they desire abundance, the next they worry about lack. One moment they affirm love, the next they wallow in loneliness. And so, the universe reflects back this inconsistency, delivering partial manifestations, mixed results, delayed dreams. To vibrate correctly is to bring coherence to your field. It is to purify the signal, to strip away the noise of fear, the static of disbelief, the discord of old wounds. It is to become a clear, unwavering broadcast of what you desire, holding that frequency, not for a fleeting moment, but as a steady state of being. This is not about pretending to be positive or forcing optimism. It is about cultivating a vibrational signature so true, so aligned, that the universe has no choice but to respond in perfect reflection. And here lies a secret often overlooked. Vibration is not maintained merely through thoughts. It is sustained through embodiment, through feeling, through action, through environment, through the people you surround yourself with, through the words you speak, the content you consume, the practices you engage in. Every choice you make either elevates or lowers your frequency. Every moment you are tuning yourself toward or away from your desires. The law of attraction is not simply about thinking positively. It is about vibrating congruently. Congruence is the bridge between thought and reality. When your mind, heart, body, and soul vibrate together, they create a powerful resonance, like the harmonic overtones that amplify a musical note into something transcendent. In this state, manifestation accelerates. Reality bends more easily. Opportunities arise as if out of nowhere. Synchronicities multiply. The world begins to mirror your inner transformation with breathtaking precision. Yet, vibrational alignment is not a destination. It is a practice, a daily attunement. It requires awareness, discipline, compassion for oneself. It demands that you become a steward of your own energy, guarding it from what would drag it down, nourishing it with what uplifts, expands, and clarifies. It asks that you trust in unseen forces, that you lean into the invisible architecture of the universe, that you believe in the magnetic power you have always held within. And so, to vibrate correctly is to live intentionally, to become an architect of frequency, a conscious transmitter of reality. It is to remember that manifestation is not magic. It is the natural outcome of vibrational alignment. Imagine for a moment that your life is a great harp, strung with invisible strings. Each string hums with a frequency, each note representing an aspect of your being, your thoughts, your emotions, your intentions, your actions. And every day, whether you're aware or not, you are playing this harp. Some notes ring clear and true, others tremble, out of tune. The melody you create is what the universe hears, and the universe in turn responds in kind, weaving reality in harmony with your song. This is not a poetic fantasy. Ancient cultures spoke of this in symbols, in myths, in whispered initiations. The Egyptians called it Ma'at, the principle of balance and order, where harmony with cosmic law ensured a life aligned with truth. The Hindus described it as Nada Brahma, the idea that the universe itself is sound, vibration, a sacred utterance birthing form from the formless. Even the mystics of Kabbalah hinted at this vibrational structure, mapping pathways of light and sound that bridge the infinite with the tangible. In every tradition, the message remains: we are vibrating beings in a vibrating cosmos. And when the vibrations fall out of harmony, suffering arises, not as punishment, but as a signal, a dissonance asking to be resolved. Like a musician gently adjusting the tuning pegs, we too are called to recalibrate our frequency, to restore the harmony within, so that the outer world may reflect it back. There's a story passed down from an old Hermetic school. It speaks of a student who came to the master, frustrated that his manifestations never seemed to appear, no matter how many affirmations he chanted or rituals he performed. The master led him to a great bell tower, where a massive bronze bell hung silently. "Ring it," the master instructed. The student grabbed the rope and pulled, but nothing happened. He pulled harder, sweat forming, muscles straining, but the bell remained still. "Why won't it sound?" he cried. The master only smiled, then showed him a small lever hidden behind the mechanism that needed to be unlocked first. With a simple flick, the bell loosened from its restraint. The student pulled once more, and the sound thundered across the valley. The lesson was clear. No matter how much force you exert, if you are locked out of alignment, the sound, the manifestation, will not come. But once you unlock the blockages, even a gentle action creates a powerful resonance. The rope had never been the problem. The locked lever had been. In our lives, we often confuse effort with effectiveness. We push harder, think louder, strive more intensely. But manifestation does not respond to brute effort. It responds to aligned vibration. If our subconscious holds unworthiness, if our hearts harbor unresolved grief, if our bodies carry the memory of betrayal, no amount of surface-level positivity will override that frequency. The lever must be unlocked from within. The energy must be freed at its root. This is why ancient wisdom always pointed inward before outward. Why initiates were told to know thyself before wielding any power. Because the universe is not fooled by appearances. It listens to the deepest signal you emit. And so, vibrating correctly is not merely about projecting positivity. It is about becoming congruent, coherent, whole. It is about tuning every string of your inner harp, so that when you play the song of your desire, nothing within you resists the sound. There is a Zen parable of a monk gazing at a pond. He wants to see the reflection of the moon, but the water is disturbed, rippling, distorted. He waits, not by trying to still the water with his hands, but by sitting in quiet presence until the ripples settle on their own. Only then does the moon appear, perfectly reflected. Your vibration is the water, your desires are the moon, and the universe is the mirror. To vibrate correctly is to allow the inner waters to still, to clear, to come into calm resonance, so that the reflection of your dream can appear, undistorted, whole, and luminous. In this understanding, manifestation becomes less about making it happen and more about becoming the version of yourself who naturally receives. It is not a chase, but a return. Not a reaching outward, but a remembering inward. A homecoming to the vibration that was always yours, waiting beneath the noise. So how, then, do we bring this wisdom down from the ethereal into the tangible? How do we not only understand the art of vibrating correctly, but embody it in the quiet hours of the morning, the chaos of our days, the stillness of the night? Because it is one thing to hear these truths, to feel their resonance in the heart, and another to walk them, breathe them, live them. Vibrating correctly is not a momentary state. It is a way of being, a lived frequency, woven into every small and sacred choice. It begins, first, with awareness. To vibrate correctly is to become radically aware of the energy you carry in each moment. To pause before speaking and notice what vibration is hidden beneath my words. To observe your thoughts not as passing clouds, but as frequencies shaping the very fabric of your experience. Every I can't reverberates like a low, dense hum. Every I am capable lifts the note higher. Your mind is a tuning fork, setting the pitch of your reality. And so the practice starts with listening, truly listening, to the sound you are already broadcasting. From awareness arises discernment. Vibrating correctly does not mean forcing positivity or denying difficult emotions. It means choosing, with reverence and honesty, which emotions, thoughts, and environments you allow to saturate your field. It means honoring the full spectrum of human experience while gently steering your ship toward waters that elevate rather than sink you. It is knowing that a single moment of genuine gratitude holds more vibrational power than hours of hollow affirmations. That a deep breath of presence can reset the frequency of an anxious heart more swiftly than any external solution. Then comes the crafting of your inner environment. If you wish to vibrate at the frequency of abundance, peace, love, you must cultivate spaces, both internal and external, that mirror those vibrations. What you surround yourself with is not neutral. The conversations you engage in, the media you consume, the art on your walls, the music in your ears, they are all frequencies feeding into your own. Each is a strand in the tapestry of your vibration. To vibrate correctly is to curate these strands with intention, weaving a field that naturally calls forth the realities you desire. But the most powerful integration happens not in what we add, but in what we release. Vibrating correctly often requires letting go of relationships that drain, of stories that no longer serve, of identities built on fear or lack. It is the quiet courage of saying no to what pulls you out of alignment so you can say yes to what draws you deeper into coherence. There is profound power in pruning, in clearing, in creating space for a new frequency to land. Practical steps emerge from this soil of awareness, discernment, and intentionality. Morning rituals of stillness, where you attune your vibration before the world's noise floods in. Breathwork that shifts the energy lodged in the body, unlocking stagnant channels. Visualization, not as a fantasy, but as an energetic rehearsal, tuning your cells to the reality you are stepping into. Movement practices that shake loose the denser vibrations, inviting lighter frequencies to dance through you. And most of all, the quiet, persistent act of returning, again and again, whenever you notice yourself slipping into the old frequency, not with judgment, but with gentle commitment. Because vibrating correctly is not perfection, it is practice. It is not about never feeling fear or doubt or sadness. It is about not camping there. It is about feeling them, honoring them, and then consciously choosing to lift, to rise, to align once more. Like a bird adjusting its wings mid-flight, you correct the course with grace, knowing that every moment is a chance to retune. And as you walk this path, the world begins to respond. Opportunities align where before there were walls. Encounters happen as if orchestrated by unseen hands. Synchronicities multiply, pointing like cosmic breadcrumbs toward the next right step. Life becomes less a battle of effort and more a dance of attunement. You begin to realize it was never about attracting something outside of you, but about becoming the version of you who naturally vibrates at the frequency of that desire. And as you integrate this vibration into your daily living, the line between spiritual and practical dissolves. Making your bed becomes an act of alignment. Preparing a meal, a ritual of nourishment. Speaking kindly, an extension of your frequency. Every mundane moment becomes a brushstroke in the masterpiece of your vibration. This is the true art of manifestation, not forcing, but flowing, not demanding, but allowing, not chasing, but embodying. And so, as we stand here at the edge of this exploration, you may sense it, a quiet hum beneath the words, an invisible thread weaving through every insight we've uncovered. It is the rhythm of the universe itself, ancient and constant, calling you to remember what you've always known, that you are not a passive observer of your life, but a vibrational architect, a living frequency, shaping the unfolding of your reality with every breath, every thought, every intention. The invitation was never to control the universe, nor to force outcomes into being. The invitation was always to align, to tune yourself so fully, so truthfully, that what you desire flows toward you, not as an exception, but as the inevitable song of your being. The power to manifest faster is not a secret formula locked in some distant chamber. It is the natural consequence of vibrational congruence. When you vibrate at the frequency of what you seek, it can no longer remain separate from you. It must respond. It must appear. It must echo your resonance back into form. But let me tell you something deeper. This path is not just about achieving goals or acquiring things. It is about becoming. It is about stepping into the truest, clearest, most radiant version of yourself. The one who no longer doubts their worth, who no longer questions their belonging in the grand tapestry of existence. When you vibrate correctly, you don't just manifest faster. You remember that you've been worthy all along. You realize that what you were chasing was never outside of you. It was waiting for you to match its frequency from within. In this space of alignment, manifestation ceases to feel like striving. It feels like receiving. It feels like witnessing reality unfold in beautiful, unexpected ways. It feels like trusting the process, even when the path curves into mystery. It feels like letting go of timelines and control, and instead anchoring into faith, not blind faith, but embodied trust, built from every moment you chose to lift your frequency higher, even when it was hard. And yes, it will be hard at times. The world will offer countless invitations to drop your vibration, to return to familiar patterns of fear, scarcity, doubt. But each time you choose differently, each time you return to alignment, you strengthen the signal. You make it easier for the universe to mirror back the love, the abundance, the joy that was always yours. You become a lighthouse, not just for your own dreams, but for others, seeking their own resonance in a noisy world. So today, as you leave these words and step back into your life, I invite you to pause, to feel into your body, your mind, your heart, and ask, what am I vibrating right now? And more importantly, does this vibration align with the reality I wish to experience? If not, gently, lovingly, choose again, shift again, tune again, because you can. You always could. Close your eyes for a moment. Breathe deeply. Feel the energy coursing through you. Feel the quiet pulse of your own unique frequency. And know, truly know, that you are capable of vibrating correctly, of aligning with your highest reality, of manifesting, not someday, but now. The universe is listening. It always has been. The question is, what song will you sing today? Let this be your call, your reminder, your return to the vibration that has been waiting for you all along. Trust your energy, trust your alignment, and watch as the manifestations come, not because you chased them, but because you finally became the one who was always ready to receive.